So what's this crazy contraption I have here? Two rear wheels on my bike. Well, what happened to me recently was I had a rear derailleur mishap. My chain hopped over the freewheel in the back, got caught between the freewheel and the spokes, which then grabbed my chain and ripped my derailleur right off, breaking my my derailleur hanger in the process. Derailleur hangers are by design meant to break off like that in such situations so that your frame can stay intact and hopefully your derailleur can stay intact as well. So I've now replaced my rear derailleur, but the question still remains, is this now aligned? To get proper shifting from your rear derailleur, the jockey wheels need to be in the same plane of rotation as the rear wheel itself. So you can buy for $60+ a tool specifically to do this job for you, but I thought there must be something I've got in my garage here that would allow me to make one that will do the same job. So what I found is, conveniently, the axles, threaded axles on your wheels are the same threading as a rear derailleur mounting bolt. So I took off my rear derailleur. I've got it hanging over here from a tow strap. You can use a string to tie it out of the way. And what I've done then is taken this old rear wheel and threaded it onto the derailleur hanger. This wheel, it's a properly dished wheel, meaning that the rim is directly over the center of the cones of the wheel itself. So what I've done is next used a wire to draw a straight line that's perpendicular to the axle. So I just made sure that this is attached at the halfway, the midway point between the cones, and I've pulled it up into the valve stem itself and tied it off here. So now I've got a line that's perpendicular to this axle. For convenience, I'm using a flat disc for my rear wheel, but if you didn't have a flat disc, you could do the same thing with your existing rear wheel, take the tire off and attach a wire much the same way from the center up to the valve hole of your existing rear wheel. Now, as long as these two then are both properly dished, we have a right angle line on this axle and we have a right angle line on our rear wheel. So to make sure that these two planes of rotation are aligned, all we have to do is make 3 measurements. We measure here at the 12 o'clock position, check again at the 6 o'clock position between that line and the rear wheel. And as long as those two numbers are within 4 millimeters or less, you are close enough to alignment in the vertical plane. Now, to make sure we're aligned in the horizontal plane, go to the 9 o'clock position, make sure this number is the same as these other two, and we're all aligned. If you had to make an adjustment, well, this is your tool for gently bending your derailleur hanger. Twist it a little bit this way for the horizontal alignment, or this way for your vertical alignment. Once you've got those 3 numbers, like I say, within about 4 millimeters, the planes of rotation of your jockey wheels of your derailleur and your rear wheel will be in line. If you wanted to make absolute certain, you could bring this over here, check the 3 o'clock position, but as long as these 3 are the same, there's no way that a number can be off by any crazy amount. So just make sure that you use the same reference points between the 2 wheels, and make sure they're both properly dished. In the end, when you go then to make the final adjustments for your rear derailleur for its shifting, you should be able to get some crisp, smooth shifting out of your derailleur. So that's how you could make your own derailleur adjustment guide with spare parts laying around in your garage. As long as you have a wheel, it doesn't have to be a rear wheel. You could do this the same thing with a front wheel. As long as it's a threaded axle, you'll be good to go. So there you have it, brought to you by bicyclingblogger.com, because you can ride faster. For more great tips like this, go to bicyclingblogger.com.
because you can ride faster.